where we are doing this week, one of this week's Bronze Tacos Nerf League matches today between Nova and CATatstrophe. I am Chaos Axel, your host today. Joining me in the booth is my co-captain and good friend, Rose Colored Fox, aka Pumpkin. How are you today, Pumpkin?
I am great. Work was a drag, but hey.
Such is life, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so today we have the newly minted Nova taking on CATatstrophe, who's one of the frontrunners of the league. Last week we saw CATatstrophe actually dropping a game to a lot of people's surprise to the passive-aggressive Raptors. On the other side, we had Nova picking up their first win and potentially starting to maybe build their momentum going forward. What are your opinions on Nova?
I've seen quite a few of them play, and I honestly I'm a little scared of some of them.
I mean, not many of us can run around punching tires with no fear, to be fair.
Cheeky needs to quit that one, because I know we have a Junkrat and we can't afford those tires. So,
I know, right? It's always really fun to watch USF Chicky play and punch tires. That seems to be a pretty common occurrence. Anytime there's a Junkrat on the enemy team, it's not a Nova game unless Chicky actually kills a tire with a fist. So, but power to
right.
her. Anyway,
And
go ahead.
I know I've seen Toking Panda play also, and they're a little scary to me also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a solid lineup for Nova. We've seen a couple of name changes that I don't recall specifically off the top of my head, but the lineup is largely the same that it's been, although they've done a couple of name switching arounds. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what they're going to bring to the table this time around against CATatstrophe, or as I have it there, CATatstrophe, because chat loves it when I spell it correctly. So I figured I'd get some emphasis on it.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I double checked the spellings on the stream and everything else important, so CATatstrophe can be CATatstrophe.
It reminds me of Ratata. For some reason, I want to say it like that, and it's messing me up a little bit.
Kind of ironic, really, considering it's
A cat and a rat.
catastrophe. But oh, thank you very much, Chicky. Chicky in the chat reminding us that that Rose Valkyrie is Adriana and Zayla is Vanna. So again, names that we were familiar with that have just kind of switched their names around. Thank you very much. So now that we
Yeah,
kind of
that's really
know,
helpful.
right? So, all right, it is 8 o'clock my time now, which is go time, but I will give each captain a courtesy check to make sure that everybody is ready to go. All right. Let's see here. I'm sure everybody's getting their final checks in. Didn't get a chance to speak it out, but we're starting on Numbani, which recently got taken out of a lot of competitive rotation because of some glitch on there. I'm not super familiar with it, but apparently bad enough that Blizzard took it out of comp rotations there.
Parts of the map weren't loading.
You remember,
So you
chat?
remember
You,
how,
you guys know how I call out the literally unplayable parts of maps, and now we're getting it in actuality where it's literally unplayable. Blizzard, please.
do you remember when you used to spawn in and just start falling through the map, die, fall through the map, die? It was one of those moments.
That's fantastic and
And
terrible.
parts of the code were missing, so they went ahead and pulled it out of rotation, and they were trying to fix all that and hoping nobody noticed, I guess. Which for a
Yeah,
long
until
time
someone
nobody
did.
did.
That's hilarious and terrible. Or if you're a Dragon Ball Z Abridged fan, Deprarius. But anyway, here we are on New Body. I definitely have not played this map in forever because it got taken out of rotation. So, what are you hoping to see, Pumpkin, from either team, really?
I I just pray it's not goats. I
Hey,
see
to
enough
be
of that from
fair, we
League.
haven't seen a lot of goats in our league. I mean, it still comes out now and then,
Yes,
but
but
not as
it's
prevalent.
since people have kind of found ways around it with, Sombra and Wrecking Ball, it's definitely getting out of rotation, which I am thankful for. Because it sucked going up against that in comp. And truthfully, that's a big reason why I quit playing for a while.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's
It was just,
definitely not a fun thing to play against, and it's pretty boring overall to even play, really. Oh, hello, Avenue. But you know, and the one silent benefit we got from goats becoming popular is that it did force the meta to shift around it, so that you did have new things kind of coming into rotation that you maybe didn't see before. But anyway, so
Yeah.
more to the match here. We've got Nova starting off on defense here, bringing out an interesting 2-2-2 combination, and on the other side we have 2-2-2 as well. Both teams running the Junkrat, which is kind of interesting to see on attack, but hey, busts open Goat's pretty good.
See, I really like the Orisa and D.Va, mainly because D.Va can help her
Hello.
get out of it. Ooh, that was a nice wall.
Kind of shoved the team apart, stopped my camera.
Yeah.
Ah, cool, this does work like I wanted to now. So I have changed my settings so that now who I'm looking at I can do first-person view of, so hopefully give the viewers a little bit more of an in-person view
I
of a
noticed you were
setup.
doing that the last time.
It was I just
They're
could
all
only
up on
rotate
top,
before, but
so
now I can
some of
actually
them are
focus
jumping
in
down.
on somebody I'm looking at. But oop, good freeze onto Rinse. Rinse is down. Great focus by
Rinse,
Nova.
Yeah.
Oop, but
Plus
Junkrat
that
for
wall,
Junkrat then.
Ash is on top here.
So there we go.
If she
Gonna try
backs
and
up
take
any,
control.
there's a trap there, and I'm kind of scared for her.
There we go. Kind of watching over US Chicky trying to protect the team. Oop, but taking a lot of damage there from that Ashe that's on the high ground, as well as the Junkrat that's kind of sneaking around. So CATatstrophe just kind of pegging where they can. Rinse is coming back to the point. They delayed long enough that Rinse could spawn again.
They're not really focusing. They're just kind of
Good getaway for
waiting
that
for them
Ashe.
to come to them.
Exactly. Oh, but now we have a bit of a trade. We have CATatstrophe taking the high ground. That wall's going to kind of force them to move a little bit further out. Rinse gets a pick onto Kuro, though. That's a healer down.
Rance and Brown are both pretty low. Brown's getting some healing.
There we go. And so Dragon Runner getting revenge onto Glob Dragon there. Ooh, look at all those picks suddenly coming through. We have a Zarya ult
That
just to kind of ensure it.
grab.
So Mei trying to hold on, but
There it
not
goes.
quite enough. And that, through a sudden burst
think-
there, we got a take for CATatstrophe. And
I think they
I
were
must
just
not have
trying to
been
get
looking at
into
the right
a
thing.
position that they could get around them.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, Nova just kind of stood there on the point and
Mhm.
let them move in on them.
Sure. Yeah, they didn't really do much to try and actually get any advantageous spots or anything like that. So we see Sinful kind of setting up there, trying to get a good spot as the Ashe. Dynamite going out. So CATatstrophe just kind of moving strong here. Tanks are doing a good job of rotating around. Here comes a D.Va bomb coming down. It is going to pick
got
off
the
Cat.
Moira.
Oh, but a triple for
Oh,
Glob
but
Dragon on the
that-
other side. Holy crap. That's some energy right there.
They
And once
just kinda
again, we're left
cleaned
with
them up
the
there.
poor Mei here from Zayla trying to stay alive.
I'm telling you, Brown's man.
He's something else. I will definitely give him credit for that. Rinse looking for the charge, not quite going to get it. May's still alive somehow. And also, ult economy right now is heavily in the favor of Nova.
yeah, that
Ooh,
goes.
Zayla goes down. I mean, if they got there, you could potentially start using ults to try and keep it, but they're just going to let it go. I don't know. I feel
Well,
like...
another thing
Yeah.
about this map is it's really hard to hold it after that first point, but right here in this choke can kill so much time.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Like, yes, you have to push it a little bit farther, but
Oh, here comes the big freeze now. That's going to catch a lot of people, I think. There we go. Look at that. Couple picks coming through, but Last Brown does actually manage to get a kill as well. So in the favor, and it's going to force the stop here on the CATatstrophe. So good freeze.
You see
kind
what
of
I
holding
say?
off. Oh, I know. Yeah, this
choke,
particular
it's-
area.
Man,
I think what's going to be
Unless you
a big
can
breaking
manage-
point here is exactly what I was looking for. You're going to see the DPS from CATatstrophe kind of coming up here with Last Brown. They've been spotted, but Last Brown has like been fully charged this whole freaking game. He's looking to get a kill onto that
Yes.
Junkrat really quick there. Oh,
and
there
he's
we go.
getting that grab.
So Bob goes
He's got-
in. Ults are getting forced from both
there's an ult.
sides. Crossing the streams. Dragon Runner getting the first pick on the Simple Scumbag though. Hammer comes
Wrench
down.
just
Bob is
used
dead.
his.
Yep. Here comes a tire coming around. Does get two.
Oh, that's a great tire.
move from Dragon
They got
Runner
both
there.
of their healers.
And he's going to pick off
there
Rince
goes the
too.
tank.
Or they're going to pick off Rince too. Great move from Dragon Runner there. So Last Brown was still alive until Dragon Runner came through.
CATastrophe's gonna go ahead and back up on this one.
Yeah, they definitely need to here. Great use of ultimates by...
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I see a
I
Junkrat
think they
hiding
really
here.
used too much in that, though.
Glob Dragon just
I
kind
mean,
of hanging out up here, hoping somebody crosses his path,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I agree. That was decent investment from CATastrophe, but not a lot of follow-up. They now have a Hanzo. That Bob isn't super good at taking advantage of a Zarya ultimate. So, oop, and Dragon Runner getting another pick on a Glob Dragon there, winning the War of the Rats. Picks are rolling through right now for Nova. Oh, I haven't called it out, but there is a Torbjorn sitting back here. Turret's set way back, somewhere safe, and that's actually a great move. It protects the back for when somebody tries to flank. Oop, last round getting a pick, though. That is kind of a rough start, but CATastrophe needs to regroup before they can push on it, and we're going to get a pause. All right, so Dragon Runner apparently left the game. So I will hit the pause button and start a quick 5-minute timer here. So right now we're going to give 5 minutes to Team Nova.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, did they come back right away? Okay, so never mind. I will take just a second.
Still loading in.
Yeah, I'm going to take a second just to fully explain the pause rules. I was going to say that there would be 5 minutes at absolute maximum for them to get that player back, but he came back immediately, apparently. So what I will note then is that both teams will have up to 2 pauses right now. And so that means that Team Nova has used one of their 2 pauses on this disconnect. So they will only have one more for the remainder of this match, and CATastrophe obviously is still going to have both of their 2. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that both of the team captains are that I'm going to tell the captains we're going to start up right away so that nobody can say I didn't. We are going to unpause now and send that to Cat as well. Okay, I have informed both teams that we are going to unpause, and true to my word, we are going to unpause. Okay, so quick little flicker of the internet apparently for Dragon Runner.
He will start back at spawn.
Yep,
So
and with no
hopefully he
ult
can
percentage, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
thankfully that was on the
But, I
defense.
mean-
In this instance, that actually isn't too terrible. You just lose out on the ult at that point. Fighting pushing in hard here. Up by last round. We see Glob Dragon up top there trying to rain down. Orisa gets used, but is blown up immediately, and we have some picks now coming through.
There's
Thrown
a
on the
core.
point there.
It kind of blocks off that walkway there.
I was going to say, kind of just got
Cat hit.
concentrated in one spot, which did not benefit them very much.
Yeah.
Sinful getting a pick onto that particular Torbjorn. And Cat has switched over to the Mercy. We see a Battle Mercy flying around. Dragons are coming in onto a spawn door to make sure that that's cut off for the duration. Ult comes down, and Rince is going to die for it, though. Not a good Rhino ultimate there.
Oh, Sinful Scumbag's trapped.
Oh, there we go. So now we have picks are coming through again. They need to kill. Ooh, Tyre comes through, does kill Rose Valkyrie. Last Brown is still going. He was just kind of jumping around. He is still alive in the back line right now. Finally goes down to Kuro, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, no, he was just freely melting away US of Chicky's horse backside.
Jeez.
Yeah, unfortunate. You know, that was... well, you know what? In a minute 30, you really can't complain with that, though. That is an excellent hold against CATastrophe. It's a little unfortunate that the pause kind of threw them off a little bit, maybe, and they slipped their grip a bit, but still, spectacular hold there in that choke, like you were suggesting, could have happened. So what do you think that CATastrophe needs to do to shore up this win and to make sure that nothing happens here?
Well, coming into that second end of the point, they had, I think, close to 4 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that.
Something like that. It was very near 5.
And they're down to 123.
Yep. Yeah, that was a spectacular hold in that choke.
Faster.
But
no,
okay.
as long as Nova can push it faster, they'll have more time. Just they've got to push it all the way.
I was gonna say, as long as it just doesn't go to overtime, I would say, like, you just, even if you get that just minimum minute, that's a pretty good win. And just if you can keep that same energy to hold that you did earlier, that's Nova will do fine. So looking right now, we see a Winston on both sides again. Kind of a weird thing to see that on defense, but you know what? We've used it. It's not the craziest thing.
I'm
And
kind
so,
of digging what Nova's got with Token Panda on Sombra because
mhm.
that's gonna cancel out a lot of people that Catastrophe's got.
Yeah, we've seen Toking Panda use that Sombra to good effect in the past. So, all right, teams have kind of seen each other right now. Winston's going to jump out, kind of leaving Last Brown, who's now on the Diva, alone. We see Hack go down. It stops the mech from flying away. So there's a baby Diva flying around. There is a Symmetra teleporter there. We see the Winston jump in. And Rose is going to get the first pick on the Sinful Scumbag. Zayla is going to get a follow-up onto Rinse. That's 2 down. All right, now Dragon Runner dies on the Winston. And their own Diva is kind of caught in the back there. Gets demeched.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna stay up in mech.
So we see the soldier is just kind of hiding in the background. He's just taking pot shots. Moving to the point now. They did pick off Cat's Mercy.
They got it.
And Glob Dragon. That's so that's a hack on the Last Brown. He's a great Zarya, but I don't think a hacked baby Diva is going to be able to do as much. So as long as Nova doesn't see 9 here, which they are almost doing with that jumping Lucio, they'll be fine.
No, the Sombra was standing there.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And we see the Winston coming in and ulting. So both Winstons are ulting.
Hack.
Questionable choice from both of them, to be completely honest with you. It's okay.
That's
never mind. It turned into a
there.
melee. I mean, fair enough. It turned into a melee. Great hack though, but a hack goes in the middle of all of them.
Oh.
It's gonna pick off Ares. That's still a good pick.
If you notice, that Diva demeched at the perfect
Oh, here we
time.
go.
If she
This is gonna stop it.
Right
there it is.
Because the animation was caught between her and the being out of mech.
Yep, I noticed that, definitely. Unfortunate it didn't get the
That
2
is-
picks, but that was enough. And ironically, Ult Economy is still mildly in the favor of Team Nova here with that Mercy ultimate. Yeah, well, Last Brown's gonna have the the bomb in a second here, and that's really the closest one. So it's gonna be bomb versus Mercy ultimate, and they just kind of left US of Chicky on the point. See Zayla come back, but you see that monkey coming around. They can't leave just one on there. Yeah, Rinse coming in there is going to stall this. They need to retreat now, and he's just going to jump out. Yeah, I think
they were all too far.
Diva Bomb gets popped up there. Last Brown, unfortunately, having a really questionable Diva Bomb in that room, didn't quite fly all the way through like I'm imagining he intended it to. So kind of a wasted ult there.
And, you know, I've done that.
He's getting a pick on the Dragon Runner.
And it is the most horrible feeling.
Oh, and another monkey down. Rip Harambe's. Rinse gets res.
Some practice.
Yep. That Sombra is going to be really annoying for that Tracer to have to deal with. All right, we see Lucio coming in to protect from the monkey. Harambe going wild.
Yusuf Chicky is just playing around on that point. He's booping and shooting.
Yep, I mean, hey, power to US of Chicky for keeping it alive right there. Diva Bomb in conjuncture. Bomb does get a pick. Ooh, but the bomb from Sinful gets 2 back. Rez is going to come through for Dragon Runner's Winston.
Yeah, because
both Winstons. Here comes the Diva Bomb. There's great bubble by Winston there to protect. Glob Dragon does pick off Kuro, though, in the aftermath. And there goes. I think this is going to be a reset. Yeah. You see him slowly trying to here. Oh, and US of Chicky unfortunately gets squished. So yep, as long as nobody gets picked here, it's just going to be a nice regroup for Team Nova. Great push there, finally put to an end by CATatstrophe.
Oh, Panda barely missed the Diva.
Oh, and now we got some nonsense going on in here. There comes a tire. Tire's going to be devastating in that area. It only picks off Zayla. What? I'm not even sure. But still, CATatstrophe just cleaning up this fight here.
Yes. And I think Toking Panda was trying to get behind them when some of that ult went off.
Last Brown gets T-Max here. They can maybe get a pick. They do. Okay. That's a great start to this fight here. So Nova is going to be able to regroup right now. And with 2 now, wow. Soldier picking off too. Ares is going to get rezzed, but okay, and this is going to force Rince to ult as Winston. So not really near a ledge. He's just kind of trying to disrupt. He is going to push off the Soldier. And now we have CATatstrophe going Battle Mercy. It's going to pick Kuro. And the Zenyatta is going to ensure that all this nonsense can continue here with no real pressure. So
what could have been out of there.
What could have been an opportunity, unfortunately, is lost. And yeah, Chicky alone against the entirety of CATatstrophe, not going to be able to get out of there, unfortunately.
They should have backed up so they didn't get staggered out.
Yeah, honestly, well, okay, fair enough. With the Mercy boost on that D.Va, able to remake fairly quickly, I would have almost debated just jumping off the ledge, but... So, again, we see Nova just going into this room here, and now there's a Tracer behind him. Tracer with an ultimate. Bomb goes on the wall, does not hit anybody. But they should. I don't think they need to be fighting this hallway. Especially when Globdragon gets an ult again. They're lucky they only lost the Soldier that first time. Lucio ult does come down to keep him alive, but they're already down to a minute.
All in that room.
There we go. Okay, so Sinful does get picked here in a pretty unresable situation. Again, this is going to be... Never mind. Last round takes out Dragon Runner, so now it's 1-1. And Kuro, oh, that's a four-man hack. That's incredible. Yeah, that's two down, though. Both healers.
There it goes.
There's a healer on that Soldier, so 3.
Rinse wash.
Is going to not quite be able to push him off. Okay. Brown's not going to be able to ultimate there, and I think that's actually progress there.
That's it.
Fantastic hack with the Soldier Visor, able to kill most of CATatstrophe. They need to stick on this payload, though. They cannot afford any nonsense knocking them off.
No.
They need to keep all 3 on there. 3 bodies. They need to push this as fast as they can right now.
They've got
here we go. Here comes Sinful. Okay. Sinful immediately recalls to give them the point. Oh, what? Oh, it's still... Okay, Sinful's hacked, though. He's dead. All right,
so this is already a 5v6.
Here comes the D.Va bomb.
Oh.
They got it. Unfortunately, through all of that, they did get it. So, great push by Nova at the very end there to get it done. Rince has switched back over to the Reinhardt here. Last Brown gets demec'd. We see Zayla doing a ton of work on that Soldier, just killing everything in sight, visor or not. Excellent Soldier play here. So now down to a minute. You know, it's not like I said before. If you can just get it to the point here, not in overtime, you're already winning. You have a chance to take this. So they need to keep this strong push they've got going, and that's not a good start, though. Here comes a D.Va bomb. Maybe that's going to be enough. Pushing the shield away, it's going to pick up the Zenyatta. Here comes another Soldier ultimate.
And here's another.
But he's getting kind of shoved into the corner by Last Brown. Dragon Runner getting a pick. So is Rose Valkyrie. Could this be it?
I think
here comes the Junkrat tire. Not going to get anybody blown too early. It's the baby D.Va on the point. Zenyatta's going to delay this, though. And Kuro goes down. So they're already down a healer. This is going to be tough. Here comes a big hack. Kills everybody along with the Lucio ult. They need to just kill everything in sight right now. Here we go. Hammer comes down. It does get 1. D.Va remac onto the point. Last Brown's back in mech. D.Va is hacked right now.
Bodies, though.
There it is. Oh, right there. Come on. Is that enough? Get the baby D.Va. Get the baby D.Va.
Just a little more.
Oh
my goodness.
Here we go. There's ultimates coming every which way. This is the last fight. They need to get it in this last few seconds. That Fat Cat says dead. They're not going to be able to get the win here, unfortunately. Here comes the D.Va bomb. It's going to pick off US of Chicky's Lucio. And unfortunately, in that last bit of skirmish, that is going to kill the hopes of a win here. So, spectacular push by Nova, but better hold. Ooh, and the charge. Better hold by CATatstrophe. Or CATatstrophe, if you will. And it's going to be Globdragon and ending up with the play of the game here.
Hey, Manny, just
from the trap.
Answer your question. Oh, goodness.
From the trap. That's hilarious. I don't need to move if I can launch a tire. Well played. Okay, that one makes my heart happy. That's incredible.
But
oh,
Last Brown's hero damage is just crazy.
Yeah, on tanks too. That's he's wild. So, you were saying something. You were asking a question, or the audience was asking a question.
Manny asked if there were any Ana players in the league, and Artemis said that we had one, and
well, technically
we do.
We have 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to be honest here and just showing our hands, I'm not going to tell you who, but we do have three. Four if you count me on a
Yeah.
weird day.
It's
But
like I can play Hanzo on a weird day, but you be like, hey, play Hanzo. Nah, I guarantee I will be the lowest attack points there.
right. Birch, yes, this was just the first map. You got here right in time. So, very, very close take by CATatstrophe there. Nova pushing them right up to the edge. Very, very impressive play. But, okay, let me figure out, let me take a look at CATatstrophe here, see who all we're going to be moving around. Alrighty, get out of my face. Here we go. So, Pumpkin, why don't you talk to me about Nova? What did they do well? What do they need to change to take a win here?
I really think that they weren't focusing enough on one person at a time, or at least two people at a time, you know? Like
Hmm.
they just kind of all split off to different targets. And yes, you will get a few picks that way, but is it really worth dying yourself when they're all focusing on you?
True, true. So, what do you think that they did well?
When push came to shove, they were really digging in deep and trying everything they could. Like just you could feel how tough they were going at it. And I think with CATastroPhe being, right now our number one team in the league, isn't it?
Technically, that would be Rebel Squad. They are 6-0. CATatstrophe is 5-1 right now. If you're going off purely off of wins, anyway,
Okay, well, they're one of,
I'm rating them at number one right now.
for Nova to have quite a few changes in the last weeks, I'll say, it's inspiring.
Hmm.
Like, they didn't break down, they didn't quit trying, they just kept trying. And they're still trying.
Yeah, their determination is definitely something to be admired. They're still just having a big reform and everything, a big restructuring, and here they are, like going punch for punch with CATastroPhe. Like they're doing a lot of
Exactly.
things right, and I'm very proud of what they've put together here. So okay, on the other side, so CATastroPhe kind of are winners of that first map there. What did they do well, and what do they need to tighten up? You think?
I, honestly, there were quite a few times, and I'm not calling Kat out because I love her, but she went Battle Mercy, and it just like, wait, huh?
Yeah, but to be fair, it's one of those things where if your team has got this, then you can afford to be a little bit riskier. That's why I can do half of the crazy Rhine crap I do is because I know that the rest of the team has them backing up. But I do understand what you mean, where sometimes you're like, okay, I maybe the team could use a little bit more healing. I feel like there could be an unnecessary loss or two of a body, but at the same time, I mean, we can't criticize too
But
much with them
also,
actually taking the win there.
exactly, and I was gonna say on the flip side of that coin, she had the highest healing in
Hmm.
game.
You can afford to
I
pull the
am really
pistol out.
proud of that.
Yeah, always impressive play from Dat Fat Cat Sat on the Mercy. I
Like
appreciate we
I,
did see
I,
some other plays from her, but the tried and true Mercy did come out at the end.
I seen her picture up in the kill feed, and I'm like, wait a second, what did I miss?
Oh, just cat doing
Like I'm over
hashtag
here
cat
focusing
things.
on the, I'm over here focused on the tanks over here, just kind of swinging at each other, and it's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, and the one thing I will criticize is just a couple of those ultimates. Like, obviously there was that diva that was thrown up into the room there that just didn't quite make the full arc through the
Yeah,
room, or I didn't see exactly what happened, but I feel like they need to do a little bit of tightening up, and this is for both teams, and I feel like I say this every time, just kind of tightening up some of the ultimates. What Nova did really well was combining ultimates with the hack into the visor, the hack into diva bombs. Like they were very cognizant of the EMP, and they used it very effectively. And I want to give Nova a lot of credit for that.
I totally agree.
But somebody did ask what our maps are for this evening. So obviously we saw the first one was going to be Numbani there. The next one is Junkertown, and the final one will be Eloise for the day. And guys, I know I say it wrong, just get over it. But anyway, been a couple minutes here. I suppose I could think about getting the match started, maybe. Feeling cute. Might start the match. IDK. So get my memes in for the day. All right. CATatstrophe is ready. Let me double check with Nova. All right. Yeah, really glad we implemented pauses. They have, I believe we've used the pause in every single match after we implemented the pause, at least one. So, if not more than one, which I think is very important because we can't control our wonderfully garbage internets. At least I can't. If you can, I mean, maybe Bill Gates is your dad, but, you know, I can't, so...
Like I told you earlier, you know, power around here goes out so often just because I live in a town of 200. It, mm, they
So,
don't much care about our power.
and all the more reason why we do implement, we have gone through and discovered through great trials um, how to pause a freaking game. All right, so I've gotten confirmation from both sides that they're ready to go. I've swapped sides. Rosters are good. We're going to roll into our second map here, which is going to be Junkertown. Funny story, I definitely was trying to say Junkyard today and said Junkrat and had to change that paper very quickly.
Oh no.
But anyway, here we are. I don't think I found anything.
This is one of my favorite maps.
It's a pretty good one, all things considered. That last point's kind of a pain in the rear to get through, but I do enjoy this map. Let's see, I haven't
Like,
found
there's
anything
just so many
literally
corners and
unplayable
holes
here.
to hide in when you're trying to get just a minute of reprieve.
I could maybe call out that water down there, but I mean, it's not as
I'm
literally
still just sitting
unplayable
in
as
place.
Hanamura. Well, me as the cameraman, I have to find things to critique. That's what I do.
I know. I
But
do like
anyway.
the desert aspect of this, though.
Well, it's Australia. What do you expect?
Truth.
Alright. So, here we go. We are getting our roster set up. So, this time, we are going to be starting with Nova on attack and CATatstrophe on defense. And so, already seeing a couple of switch-ups here. Last Brown has played a different tank on every rotation, and at this point, so has Rincewash.
Oh, goodness.
So we're seeing we see the pulled pork combination from CATatstrophe. So, you know, if there is some kind of a deployable shield, they can potentially use the Orisa halt to pull them above a shield,
Well,
and then the hog to hook it if they're well coordinated. And we have a bunker on the other side with double shields.
that's what I was saying. Like, CATatstrophe did the perfect thing, and they don't even know it yet with the Roadhog.
Say is maybe getting like a Sombra in there would be a good benefit, but we see them kind of coming out the side door here. They've just set the Bastion up on the side to take pot shots from safety, and slowly moving up right now, rotating the shield. So
There
good
it
start.
is.
Yep, and we see already the bullets are flying up at that Pharah there to get her out of the sky. Bullets are flying fast.
That'll
Oh,
probably
that was a
change
great
that.
hook when the
There's the
shields
hook.
fell.
There
And
it
Glob
is.
Dragon's going to blow him straight into the sky. Immortality Field comes down to make sure the res goes off. No CC, so we have the Bastion back up there. Immortality Field's blown up. So we see the Bastion kind of running for his little robo life. Dragon Runner getting a pick on a Glob Dragon, though. And, oh, Banana Jam picking off US of Chicky, so trades back and forth there. There we go. We have the Bastion starting to pay dividends again. We have Immortality Field on the point. And this is going to be slow progress, even though the Bastion's kind of separated from the team because the Roadhog isn't in play. He's getting free reign to do what he wants.
Oh.
He's got to watch those rockets, so he's going to have to get down too slow.
Yep.
One rocket
He
too
was trying to
many.
heal through it, but he took just
But
a
here
little
comes the
too
res
much
again.
damage.
So we do have Far Mercy coming through to try and counter this. Dragon Runner is going to town on this point, though. Charging, he killed
Yeah.
a Pharah. Oh, that's a satisfying moment when you're a Reinhardt and you're able to kill that Pharah. Oh, let me tell you. Let's see
Did
here,
you
I'm
watch
gonna go
Overwatch
possess-
League?
I'm going to possess you. I want to possess that Bastion. I have not watched it recently. There we go.
Well, one of the clips they showed for,
good
I
hook.
can't remember who it was, it showed a Reinhardt catching a Pharah out of the air in his
I've done
charge.
that. It's hilarious. And once again,
It
third
is.
res onto this Bastion here, who is going to ult. So the Roadhog is ulting, maybe to push away. He's going to take some rockets for that. Ooh, just a second too slow on that Zenyatta ultimate. Oh, the midair shot for the
think-
Bastion, too. Good hook, though, protected by the shield.
I really think CATatstrophe is about to level out here.
Ooh, yeah, I think they are, too. They're getting the
Like
picks
they
they
should have
need. Cat's getting a
immediately
kill there.
backed up after they lost those first few
Oh,
people.
good pulled pork there. Now I'm hungry. Okay, I get to take a breath, finally. So we have a regroup for Nova here. They push it almost all the way to the door. Great move from them. And we see Toking Panda has been on the Sombra just doing hacks and being silly. And now has that the EMP available. CATatstrophe, though, holding up on this point is very tightly, not trying to give any sort of room here for any sneak EMPs or anything. We see the Farmer C getting in position. A push there, kind of pushing the Rhine away. Oop, and Rincehouse getting first blood there onto USF Chicky, and there's the trap. Another pick onto the Bastion, and that Mercy was trapped. Hack onto the kill onto the... Oop, never mind, there's the EMP. Everybody's hacked. Hammer comes down, gets one, I see right there. Last Brown's Orisa, who's getting healed the whole time, though. We're already down to a minute here. Time could slip away very quickly on Junkertown. And that's that. Ult economy right now is in the favor of CATatstrophe. Go ahead.
They pushed it fast at first, and then once they got to this second choke point, it just kind of stalled up, I think, a little too long.
I'd agree with that. And right now we have both offensive ults, and Rince almost has his back too for this last push here. 30 seconds left now. The shield's already down. Here comes the Junkrat tire to start this off in that hallway. It's only going to take out the Orisa ultimate. There we go. So ultimates are getting blown. We have CATatstrophe taking a lot of kills here. And that stipends that pretty well. This might just be it here. Oh, Sombra gets spotted, gets a lucky drop, able to teleport out, but that means that she can't touch the point. Last Brown pushing up and getting a kill, and that's going to do it.
Yep. Aww.
Just a sprays from the...
Oh, and there's the res.
Of course. All right, well, impressive hold there. That is one thing that I don't like about Junkertown is, like, especially on this first point here, it always feels like time escapes me, where you start out with a good amount of time and all of a sudden you're like, wait, there's only 60 seconds left? What? So that's happened to me plenty, so I can respect that.
It happened to me the other day, and we got just to where it is now. It just... I didn't realize... I thought, okay, I'll just go back in because I was coming back from spawn as a healer.
Well, we'll see what we're going to get here. So, yeah, that was still a fantastic hold from CATatstrophe. They lost their footing early, but then they dug in their heels really well and said, nope, we aren't going. We're not giving you any more. You've got enough. but
I think this is going to go in CATastrophe's favor.
They have a pretty heavy advantage to start this. They do not have a lot of room to go. We see the combination that we've seen before, although now we have a Pharah is a little bit of a switch up from the Junkrat that we've seen before. So Dragon on the Pharah now. On the other side, we have a fairly standard combination for CATastrophe. With Mercy, Zenyatta, we have Banana going to Hanzo to go in combination with Last Brown Zarya, and Rince back onto the Reinhardt here. Glob Dragon keeping up with that signature Junkrat. So no bunker for them. No bunker for either side.
I'm really hoping that Cheeky gets some of Glob's tires.
Yeah, right? There's an opportunity. Last Brown getting first pick, though. That is not a good way to start. Soldier can run, but that's not how you want this to start. Okay, Rose Valkyrie getting a pick onto Banana is a pretty good start, though. And we see the Soldier switching immediately over to the Mei, so going Stall Queen. This is kind of a clustered up fight right now. Could go either direction. We see Glob picking off a healer and Toking. Rince is getting a kill on a Rose Valkyrie. And Last Brown back on that signature Zarya. So, okay, we have the Mei back now from Zayla there. But kind of running back to inside the doorway here to not get picked, I guess. So, okay, they're kind of coming around the side there.
That Zarya is charging really fast, and I'm happy about that. Can they get back?
I was going to say, Last Brown Zarya is the stuff of legends, honestly. So here we go. That was a lot of progress to give there. Nova is now getting onto it. Last Brown getting the first pick onto Toking, but there we go. We see a slam and a charge killing the other healer. USO Chicky does get a pick onto the Junkrat, killing the Source, no tire. There goes a Diva Bomb, kind of a soft launch there, but Not going to get anybody. Gets the remech. So a little bit more stalling right now. Just kind of flying around trying to use that wall and the shield as long as they live. But
Oh,
that
there
grab
it
is
is.
going to keep it away. And no one can get on it. That Pharah just a half a second too late.
Yep. And the Lucio right behind her.
Mm-hmm. So another great effort by CATatstrophe there. And Glob Dragon getting the play of the game. I feel like I've said that before. So not quite as flashy as the first one, but hey, it's effective. You can't really argue with the results. And
Well,
that's just
I mean,
grenades.
it's a Junkrat play of the game without a tire.
A little bit more rare, sure, but not impossible.
Rinse wash with those 67 kill participation.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of kill participation. But yeah, quick take for CATatstrophe there, up 2-1 now. So Nova pressure mounting. They really do need to take this last map here to to get anything out of this week. You know, they're putting in great effort. Numbani was a little bit stronger than this one was, than Junkertown, but not impossible for them to come back here and try and take one. Maybe control maps are just a little bit better because that seemed to be they won Numbani, which has part of a control map in it.
Yeah, and I think they just kind of got discouraged there, but you could tell they were still trying.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm hoping they take this last map, or at least, you know, get it 99 to 99.
right. And I think that's a feasible thing for them to do, to at least get the 99. I mean, if not just outright win here. I feel like they're perfectly capable of it with how well they've been putting CATatstrophe through their paces. One thing I will say is that, and you had mentioned it before, I think Nova needs to work on their focus a little bit more. Like, they really need to, once Last Brown is out of shields, they really need to kill that man. letting him go is going to destroy your team in every sense. Like,
That and going after their healers. You know, Cat's putting in some amazing healing, and so was their Zen a minute ago. You know, I think he went through 2 ults,
something like that, yeah.
because I know there was one right there at the end of it. But it was still, you know,
I am also doing rosters. I apologize if I'm a little quieter, right now at least.
oh, thank you, Mango. I get a tier 1 sub.
Hey, there
Thank
you go.
you. I don't even know what it does.
I don't either. Ask the chat. I bet you the chat will tell you. They love to correct
Yeah,
me.
chat, what is that? Oh, my elbow popped.
Okay, there we go.
It lets you res Rocky.
Oh, that sounds like a worthless sub. Why would you do that? Why would you give that away? You need to do that as much as you possibly can. I'm told that's the only way that your team wins is if you res Rocky.
Oh, it gives me an emote. Cool.
Solid. Oh, you get the taco emote where you get to spam the winky taco,
Yeah.
which is ironically not a euphemism.
Very true.
But anyway, okay. Now that my thinking brain is on again, but yeah, that was much tighter gameplay from CATatstrophe all around. You know, they were a lot more controlled. You know, we saw some different picks. Rincewash absolutely on fire with that Roadhog, just ripping that Bastion every time he poked a little toe out from behind his shield. That hook was on him, and that's exactly what you need if you're going to try and counter that Bastion with a Roadhog.
Yes. And another big thing was he took no time between that hook and the shoot. Like, there was no stall, nothing. So they were severely hurt at that point or dead.
Yeah. Yeah, great Roadhog play from Rincewash, and then, you know, we saw Last Brown switching to an Orisa, which is kind of a different... We haven't seen him on the Orisa yet this time around. I suppose I didn't need to change the teams around, but oh well. I'm realizing now that we're on a control map, but whatever. Keeps me on my toes. Okay, there we go. So now we got everybody where they need to be. I've got the map selected. I'm even putting in all this extra work for you, chat. Just, showing you how to flip the teams around as quickly as you possibly can while also brain farting about what to say. I'm just that good. Um, and on the other side,
Hello, Cat.
Nova. On the other side with Nova, a little bit more of loose play. Like, they started off really, really strong there, but that's the thing about the pirate ship is that once it stops, it's probably time to switch it, because if you don't get a really strong establishment with that pirate ship to start, you're not going to probably be able to establish it in the middle of the game.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for Nova in this one.
I mean, it would
I'm
be
praying
cool
they at
for
least
for
take
Nova to
advantage.
to be able to get a win here. That's what you're hoping for every week, is at least that one win. You want to get something on the board, making sure that making sure that you've got something in the pocket to walk away with. And there's definitely a lot of
Exactly.
pressure on Nova. So
Well, I'm really hoping that Chicky goes, something and gets those pools for environmentals, and we've seen Afara a minute ago, we've seen a
mhm,
Lucio, we've seen Roadhog, and we all know those are great characters for those environmentals.
mhm,
Now, the flip side of that is Catastrophe's probably planning the same thing.
right.
So I guess it's just going to be who has the better accuracy for that.
And one other thing I want to call out is, and I've called out Zayla Ray before, like, blowing that Pharah out of the sky a couple of times there is
Oh,
hilarious.
yes.
Like, I give a lot of credit to Zayla Ray's DPS play, and just seeing, again, with the soldier, and then even with the Bastion, kind of when you're behind, being able to still, like, take shots and to be able to kill people is pretty important. So, a lot of credit there. But here we go. So we are going to start off on Lighthouse here I'm just going to say Greece rather than fighting with you people. All right, we get to see all the boats that'll one day be sank. Give me the sunk boats DLC, Jeff, please. But anyway, um, yeah. Well, you can take some advantage of the boop ability of Lighthouse. I'm already like Freudian slipping. I love watching people fall into the pit, but still, you're still able to kind of get boops and use the environment to pretty good effect if your team is coordinated enough for it on Lighthouse. But so, looking at both of the teams here, we see some standard stuff coming in from Team Nova, but we do have a Roadhog coming out now, and we see Kuro going on to Lucio. We saw USF Chicky on Lucio earlier with doing a lot of work, so hopefully Kuro is going to be up to that as well. And Zayla starting out on the May. On the other side, we see Banana going to McCree, which is new. Sinful going over to Reaper, and then pretty much similar to what we've seen. We have, since Cat is out now, they have the Lucio from Math Not Meth in combination with Dr. Ladner's Moira. All right, both
What I
teams
would
just rushing straight to
absolutely
the point.
love,
Holy crap, this is a melee right off the start here.
yeah,
CATatstrophe on a little bit faster, though, as a
there goes
team.
Chicky.
Chicky's already down. No res available here,
And Rose Valkyrie's taking quite a bit of damage, but I think
yeah,
they're
I
all
think
going to
that they're
back
going to
off
have
a little
to...
bit.
Oh, that wall did not go where they wanted to, I'm imagining, and that flashbang is going to be enough. And
Yep.
although they're C9ing a bit, I mean, you can take all the time in the world if you've killed off the enemy team like that. But, yeah, quick take
Well,
from
another thing
CATatstrophe.
I would love to see in this situation is if that Orisa pulled somebody that the May is frozen off.
Oh, yeah, because they're
Because this
defenseless
is a
then.
really good setup, because you see how CATastrophe's set up right now. Even throwing it out there now,
Oh,
if
there...
they... Yep, there it goes. Oh,
Oh, so close.
the Moira faded back.
Great attempt by Chicky there. Great try.
Oh, Sinful's up above him.
I was going to
No,
say, I
I
see a
think
shadow up there for the Reaper. All right, so there's
the
a hack
May
onto
season.
McCree. See the Lucio going up there to try and get him
Yep.
off. And goes down
And
for
he
it,
dies
though.
for it.
Yep. You need to land a bunch of perfect headshots if you're going to try and beat that Reaper as a Lucio. So Wall...
And Sinful's 70 up on an ult.
Good hook,
Is he
but
gonna get
Sinful
out?
is going to... Yep.
Yeah,
Going to
there
tear
goes
right
their
into that
mercy.
mobile health pack there. Sinful kind of going to town
That's-
here.
That's one of the biggest reasons I hate Reaper so much.
And
People
why I play him.
ignore him for some reason. And with his
Sinful
regen
has no
health
escapes
being
right now.
so
They need to push in
high,
and kill him. Well, not quite where they
and
needed it to be, but take some alt fire shots, man. Come on.
if Sinful can get, yep, there he goes up above him. He's gonna try and get right
I
in the
heard
middle
him.
of them.
Yep, there he is. Yep.
They
Okay,
see him.
he's been spotted. He's been spotted. I was watching him there for the play, but okay. So here we go.
Oh, he's jumping the wall, and now
Toking
he's too
dies
far
again.
behind him.
The disadvantage to the
still
Sombra right
ignoring
here.
him.
Oh, there
Right
it
there.
is. Good hook
Oh,
though to stop
there's a
it.
hook.
We're already at 90% though. We're already kind of at the end here.
In
Here
that
comes the high
corner.
noon from the back.
Oh, rinse wash.
Freeze coming in. There we go.
He
That's
got
one
one
pick.
person.
Banana Jam might go down there. So there's picks. There we
Yep,
go. Finally.
there goes two of
Hack
them.
though is
Nope.
gonna. Oop. Does not quite catch last
Math
round
booped
though.
off.
They need to kill this Lucio or freeze him before he can. Never mind. There it is. Yep. Too slow on the uptake there to be able to Lucio before he could ult.
Math is getting hacked.
Yep. That's a good start.
And
They
I
need to
think
kill him. There we go. He's down.
Yep, there he goes.
But again, we have this is going to be enough time for the rest of CATatstrophe to
Nice.
come back here. That's a Reaper hacked. You need to kill
Reaper's
him now.
been hacked.
Here comes Rinse.
Oh,
Swinging
there's
his
a
way through.
wall.
He's dead. Okay. The picks are coming in slowly. They were coming in the favor of Nova, but
there
it's
it
too
goes.
late now. CATatstrophe is all back
Yeah.
on the point here. Everyone that's alive is back.
Yep.
And that's going to be that. It was a good attempt, but it feels like, for whatever reason, Nova is a little bit more disconnected than we've seen them before, and I'm not sure why.
Well, I refer to the changes that they've had lately, and I think they've picked up
no
a
death
few new
pit.
people.
I believe Dragon is new, yeah.
So they're probably still trying to fill out what's going on with each other.
Sorry, I'm scanning
Xayla
for
went
boats
to
to
jump
yell at.
at.
Oh, there's one. I see you out there, Titanic 3. But anyway. So
I
we
just see a
see...
giant gladiator butt.
Fair enough. So here we go. This is do or die time for Nova. They need to win this to take it to a map 3 to go to the death pit and try and take a map win here. So I think what I'm seeing is just they're too spread out. The difference is CATatstrophe. That's the disadvantage to a Sombra, is that the Sombra is always going to be split away from your team 99% of the time, and because of that, since CATatstrophe is running a much more grouped up style of comp, they're going to inherently have a
And they're
6v5
splitting
advantage
up
every
even farther.
time. Yep.
The Diva's going back here to go after a Widow.
Okay, Toking does pick up
Which I
Banana to
get.
start. So that's a pretty good start, but you have to capitalize. Junkrat, okay, Xayla getting another pick there. Their
He's
picks
also
are coming
charging
through
up
for
that Zarya
Nova.
pretty good.
They need to pick, yep, but it's just the Zarya now. Last round, probably,
Yep.
there we go, dead.
Cool.
Spectacular play. You know what? I guess I need to
Yes.
bite my tongue here.
Stay on that point.
You know what? Credit. That is how you have to
Yeah.
play the Sombra, though. Sombra got that pick first, so that made it a 6v5 inherently, and power to him. I am very impressed with Nova's take there. Oop, hello, Pillar.
I think Chicky is trying to see if they're going to come through this side door.
But we see all of
And then
them
you can also
screaming
see
right
up
to the
that
point.
mid. But
Both
I
of the
really
tanks
think
for-
that somebody else should have done that, because with Chicky being the main tank.
But either way, this is going to be like both. As I was saying, both of the tanks almost have their ultimates. We already see last round with an ultimate here. Here comes a hammer.
There's
Does
both
respond
of
with
their
both of the
tank
healer
ults.
ults. There's a
And
tire
a
coming
tire.
in. Oop. Tire's rolling
I
around
think
the speed
they
of sound. Ooh,
Got
gets
two.
two. Great play from Xayla Ray.
Kuro should be getting back soon, so I mean,
Yeah,
it's
we have
still
the last round kind of fighting alone. He's
3v6.
dead. Oh, and great pick onto Banana there from Xayla Ray. Again, Xayla Ray
Yes.
just taking control of this game as the Junkrat here. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm going to feel real bad if I'm not.
I've mostly referred to their character because I'm unsure how to say it.
So, Xayla Ray, or however you say it, if I'm saying it wrong, please feel free to yell at me. I apologize.
Toking Panda's got that ult in the back.
Yep, waiting for a good
And
moment
with
to
Cat
combine with the
staying-
team. There's a Diva Bomb. They could go for a hack bomb here. They're all on point. I think this is your
Oh.
opportunity.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, pick on the Xayla. Oh,
Oh.
but the Martyrdom's going to get him. I'm waiting for it. They're dragging this out. Come on, guys. There's
There
okay.
it
There's a
goes.
big hack. Here comes the
There it
bomb right
is.
over the wall.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh,
Great double
yes.
kill.
And Brown is almost dead. Uh oh.
Ooh, the tire gets blown
that
up
is
by
great.
Kuro there, and then dies. This is the Nova is doing the do or the die here. They are doing the do. They do not want to die. They want to take this. It's Lucio now just jumping around. They got it. I think they got it, by God.
This is it.
And well done. Nova takes map 2. Resurgence there.
I told you I wanted to see it one-on-one, 99 to 99.
Well, by God, we're getting it.
They need to dig in their heels and get it done.
Death pit! Yay! Into the death pit. Okay. All right, out of the death pit.
Same thing.
All right, and once again, we what do we say to the God of Death? Take these boats. Nobody needs them. All right.
Isn't it A Girl Knows No One?
I believe it's GGEZ. All right, so we see Rinch switching back over to the Roadhog there for and last round onto the Orisa. So they went back to the pulled pork combo for CATatstrophe, and we have a very similar setup on the other side there. So boops for everybody essentially. Both teams having a lot of boop ability. And we see again CATatstrophe first to the point here.
And what did I say? We've got a Lucio, a Orisa, a Pharah, and a Roadhog.
Ooh, that's some dangerous playing there from that Roadhog, though.
Yes.
Gonna have to be careful from Dragon. Okay, Dragon does get out.
Map is hacked.
Oh, and... Oh, not quite. Okay. Almost fell into the pit, but skates his way back up there. Great play from Math Not Meth. Ooh, Token getting pulled, and that pull, unfortunately, not getting rinsed into the pit. So CATatstrophe taking first blood here, so to speak. Where's this Junkrat at? I see grenades flying over my head. Okay. So Glob Dragon, yep, or Sinful Scumbag, excuse me, in a really good position there for the Junkrat, able to take those long-range pot shots, and with very, very good safety for the most part.
Exactly. I love getting up there as a Junkrat.
So there's a hack coming in. See if the Sombra's able to get out. Yep, able to back away. Pull not quite in the pit there.
Oh, he got that on a...
Oh, but here comes the backdoor hook here. And we got Rince going hog wild here. Oh, but the boot back! Rince falls into the pit.
Nice. And Math got out.
So great boop there. Dr. Ladner, though, picking up Toking is not a good start. We've just seen Sinful just has not been forced to move at all. So even though the fact that there's a Pharah, you think that would already be a dead Junkrat, but just the focus not able to get to him, and he's just been pegging grenades away, you know. Although now he went higher. He's like, we can go higher, we can go bigger, and the Pharah's flying around the back there, not doing.
She had the perfect shot to knock him off into the hole.
Oh, look at that pull though, spectacular pull.
Oh, she got him finally.
There we go, and Zayla does get the pick there. All right, we have another ult coming in here. That is not who I was looking to get, but we'll see if
oh no!
is able to get a boop there. Excellent boop.
And Brown got Dragon into the hole while he was ulting.
That is, feels bad. All right, we have Justice coming back from Zayla, and the hack a little bit too late there. And this is starting to feel like it's in CATastrophe's way, though.
Yeah.
I hear a tire coming in from Sinful, going into the back. It's going to get that Lucio right away. So, they have Rince coming around the back of that. Poor Orisa. There we go. Here comes the picks.
It is.
That is going to do it.
But I really do love how they dug in their heels in that second one.
Absolutely.
I think something just kind of went a little wrong in this last one that they weren't prepared for.
Yeah, something like that. And it was Rince. I was actually watching this one. I'm glad I implemented that camera change. So, yep. Rince going hog wild, if you will. Coming up behind him, and
great.
He did this a couple times, not with the ult necessarily, but he did it a couple times where he just came right up behind Nova, and they did nothing to stop him, unfortunately. But, well, credit to Nova, though, putting a lot of cards on the board here.
Pure class.
Their Moira did do really well in that one, but Chicky also did really well with that damage blocking.
Yeah, that was spectacular play from both sides of the board here. That was very, very well done. Nova showing that they're not slouching. They're definitely putting in everything, every kind of effort that they can here to try and get something done. But CATatstrophe continuing to be the amazing juggernaut that they are, just rolls right through them. But okay, so I'm going to reach out to Cat for an interview. I believe she. Let's see here. So Cat is asking us to interview Rincewash this time around, not her. So I am going to have to, number one, friend Rincewash on this, and then number two, we can go ahead and get him in here, unless you happen to be friends with him. Shot in the dark. There we go. Okay, I am adding him now. But yeah, while we're waiting for him to accept my friend request.
Group.
So while we're waiting for Rince to... Oh, there we go. Perfect. I was going to say we could do a little bit of analysis, but we will go ahead and invite Rince to the party. There we go. But anyway, yeah, that was a pretty great match in total for both teams, really. We see Nova. Hello, Rince. How's it going?
Hi, Chaos. It's so nice to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. So congratulations on your play of the game at the end there and the win to CATatstrophe. So you guys had a pretty strong showing overall, as usual, rotating through most of your roster, which is something we don't really see other teams do. So what do you think that adds to the team, kind of rotating through all of these bodies every time around? You stuck around all three, obviously, but you got to expose yourself to all these other players. Like, how does that help a team?
It helps by, showing everyone's strengths and weaknesses, so we kind of know as a team where we can play who and when it's going to work the best. That's why we do it.
Definitely. Yeah, you guys seem very practiced on the maps when you're running. Like, the combination of people you're running feels like the optimal combination of people that you can do. So, let's talk about this third map on Iluis. So, you played the Roadhog a little bit. You played it on Junkertown and here. So, other than that, you were playing the Reinhardt. So, is Roadhog kind of like the secret pick for you? Are you truly the Boop King among us?
Not necessarily. I play every role, and so I'm really good to flex onto that fat man with the pig nose, and I can play a mean Reinhardt too. So that's what I'm used for. So whatever the team needs, I'm kind of the fill.
Okay, fair enough. Pumpkin, did you have any questions?
In that Ilios map, in the second round, were y'all worried about anything?
I mean, no, actually, because we've played against teams where we've lost a round, and I'll get really, shaken and nervous, but after we lost that point, I was very confident that we weren't going to lose the next one. Just because that map in specific is just really, snowbally.
That's fair. Yeah,
It is.
It felt like that's kind of how I was kind of talking about it with Junkertown, how they Nova started off really strong with that pirate ship comp, but you guys put a stop to that immediately, So what would you say is a good way to counter that pirate ship? Is it just the Roadhog with an Orisa? Like, what would be your advice for that?
Okay, that's a great question because the team actually freaked out for about 2 seconds when they saw it. And so I was just like, yo, Jobin, just suck them off the payload, and as soon as they're out of position, I'm going to hook them and kill them.
Pulled pork combo, yeah, most definitely.
Exactly.
And you guys have the coordination to be able to pull that off, which is that is an ideal way to do it, but you need to have that team workability that CATatstrophe does have to be able to make it work, because if you guys are a little bit off, like either your hook's hitting the shield early or they're getting pulled out of position but you're not ready to hook, but clearly you guys have this down.
Oh yeah, me and the Brown have been playing for a very long time, so we got a really good synergy, honestly.
And it shows every time you guys play. So
Nation in the chat says, when do we see a Genji rinse?
Wow. When Cat says I can.
You know what? Fair enough. That is going to be the most solid answer we're going to get, I think.
Kat's the boss. She wears the pants in every relationship. So
Oof.
she's our fearless leader. So we do whatever she asks, and I wouldn't have
See,
it any other
Chaos,
way.
take notes.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, we're not debating team politics in the closing interview here, but anyway, congratulations again, Rince, on yours and CATastrophe's win. You know, always a pleasure to watch you guys play.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and thanks for having me in the interview.
Absolutely, man. You take it easy. But okay, so yeah, that was. Ritz had a lot of really key plays there, and definitely a tank to watch. I definitely he's somebody that I consider a rival of sorts as far as tanks go. So it's always cool to see him play. But anyway, great plays from both sides. I think, and I feel like I say this a lot. You know, Nova, they're just every time that we watch them, we just feel like they're just like a breath away from glory and from winning it. And I still think that holds true here. I think Nova has full capability of being able to win. It's just they just got to find that right moment, that right combination. They're getting closer every week. They're getting closer to more wins. But unfortunately, this week against the juggernaut of CATastrophe, it did not go through for them.
I have the same opinion, but another thing is, like I said, they're having some problems with synergy probably, and as they play more together, they're gonna get better.
Absolutely. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for us today. So the next match is going to be this coming Sunday, the 19th, and it is going to be the Horsemen versus Team I Need Healing. So everybody get ready to tune in, and then the day after that, on Monday, is going to be Rebel Squad versus Legion. So you're going to have quite the action-packed weekend, folks. I hope everybody's ready. But, alright, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody had as much fun as we did casting it. Pumpkin, thank you for joining me in the booth today. And, yeah, I look forward to talking to all of you on Sunday. And we're clear. Alrighty. Yeah. I feel for Nova. I really do. I every time I so badly want them to finally take another win, but it's just not going to happen against CATastrophe. Pumpkin, why have you forsaken me?